Welcome to The Explainer. So, the world is feeling pretty stormy and turbulent right now, right? We're going to break down what that actually means for businesses, specifically here in Northern Europe. Okay, so just to be clear, everything we're talking about today comes from the World Economic Forum's latest Global Risks Report. And our focus, our lens, is going to be squarely on how all this stuff could impact the business sector in Northern Europe. So, the report kicks things off with a pretty stark warning. They asked over 1,000 global experts to look at the next 2 years, and get this. Half of them said things are going to be turbulent or stormy. Only a tiny 1%, one, expects things to be calm. The message here is loud and clear. Buckle up, because we're heading into some seriously unstable times. So, you gotta ask, what's behind all this turbulence? Well, the report says we've basically entered a new age of competition. Think of it this way. The old rulebook for how countries work together, it's being thrown out. And the new rules? Well, they're not exactly friendly. And out of all the possible risks, when they asked these experts to pick the single biggest, most severe one for the next 2 years, one answer came up again and again. Geoeconomic confrontation. Trust me, that's a term you're gonna want to remember. Okay, geoeconomic confrontation sounds a bit academic, right? So what is it? Put simply, it's when countries start using their economic muscle as a weapon. They're using economic tools not just for growth, but to box in their rivals, become more self-reliant, and basically get more power on the world stage. And this image, wow, it just captures the whole idea perfectly. Those container ships, Wall Street, the microchips in our phones, these aren't just about business anymore. They've become the new battlegrounds in a global power struggle. It's like the entire system we built for a global economy is being rewired into a set of political weapons. And the weapons in this new conflict are things we hear about all the time: sanctions, tariffs, blocking foreign investments. But it's also about governments pouring huge amounts of money into their own industries, to compete, and putting strict controls on what can be exported. It's a massive shift away from the idea of free and open markets and straight into an era of head-to-head strategic competition. Okay, so you've got this new age of competition. And of course, that kind of thing doesn't happen without consequences. It's sending huge ripple effects through the global economy. And the report has a pretty ominous name for it: a potential economic reckoning. You can really see that fragility here. People are getting more and more worried about huge levels of debt, markets that are all over the place, and these asset bubbles bursting. When the price of something like housing or stocks gets crazy high and then just pops. All of that together creates this really volatile mix that can hit businesses and regular families hard. And if you want a number that really drives this home, here it is: 235%. That's the world's total debt compared to its total economic output. It's a lot. And having that much debt just makes the whole system super fragile. If anything goes wrong, like interest rates going up, it suddenly gets way more expensive for businesses to borrow money and grow. And you can literally see this anxiety growing in the data. Look at how these risks have shot up the charts in just 1 year. Fear of a downturn? Up 8 places. Inflation? Up another 8. An asset bubble bursting? Up 7. The pattern here is crystal clear. Economic worries are really taking center stage. All right, so we've got this global picture of rising economic fear. But let's bring it home. What does this mean for businesses on the ground, right here in Northern Europe? Well, lucky for us, the report actually gives us a peek inside the minds of local business leaders with its Executive Opinion Survey. They literally ask them, what are you most worried about? So let's see what's keeping them up at night. And this is super interesting. You see this mix of big global fears and really specific local ones. So in Denmark and Finland, yeah, they're worried about that geoeconomic confrontation and debt we talked about. But then you look at Sweden, and their number one risk is crime and illicit activity. And over in the Netherlands, they're worried about misinformation and not being able to find enough skilled workers. It's a perfect reminder that, even when everyone's facing the same storm, the problems right in front of you can look very different. Okay, let's zoom out one last time. Because the report doesn't just focus on the here and now. It also looks further down the road, at the huge, game-changing risks that could define the entire next decade. And what they found is this really interesting tension. Right now, today, everyone's focus is on geopolitics, misinformation, all that stuff. But when you look 10 years out, the biggest threats become environmental, like extreme weather, and technological, like the dark side of AI. And there's a real danger here, right? We're so busy putting out the fires in front of us that we might not be preparing for the giant flood that's coming. And one of those long-term, slow-burn problems is our infrastructure. I'm talking roads, bridges, power grids. A lot of it, especially in developed countries, is just old. And this isn't just a government headache. For businesses, it means your supply chains, your electricity, your internet, all of it is getting more fragile and more likely to break, whether that's from a superstorm or a cyber attack. And then there's AI. The report throws out this really powerful idea of a potential white-collar rust belt. Imagine cities that are now thriving on knowledge jobs suddenly facing massive unemployment because AI can do those jobs better. This isn't just about people losing jobs. It's a risk that could totally change our society, who buys what, and what kind of political demands get put on businesses. So, okay, they've got this complicated, honestly kind of scary list of risks, from global conflict to AI taking over jobs. So the big question is, what do we do about it? Where do we go from here? Now, the report doesn't pretend to have all the answers, but it does leave us with a really important message. The future isn't set in stone. It's not like we're just passengers on this ride. The choices that get made right now by governments, businesses, and all of us are what will actually determine which path we go down. So let's bring it back to Northern Europe. What are the key takeaways for business leaders? Well, first, this geoeconomic tension stuff isn't some far-off problem. It's happening right now. Second, that global economic choppiness is going to be felt locally. But, and this is key, your business strategy can't just be about the big global picture. It has to be smart enough to handle those very specific local issues too, whether it's cybersecurity or finding the right people. Basically, the old playbook just won't cut it anymore. And that leaves us with one final big question to chew on. In a world that seems to be fracturing and pulling apart, maybe the smartest move isn't to pull up the drawbridge. Maybe it's to build even stronger, more strategic alliances with your regional neighbors. In this new age of competition, could that kind of collaboration be the ultimate key to resilience?